So we have to go.
Yes, ma'am.
But before we do, can you please just talk about the need for compassion and mercy?
Okay.
I especially think in this day and age, not just for the U.S., but all across the globe, is the time more than ever that we need compassion and mercy. Please just talk about that for a minute.
As I've read, that is what really captured me first. There's a scripture in Micah chapter 6, verse number 8 is the part that was just blew my mind. But if you go back to the first verse 1 of chapter 6, it starts talking about what the people of Israel have been offering God: bulls and goats and weed offerings and wave offerings, every kind of offering you can imagine, songs and all these things that we bring that we think please Him. But it comes to chapter 6, verse 8, and it says, "But He has showed you, O man, what is good, and what does the Lord require of you, but to do justice, love kindness, and walk humbly with your God." That word kindness there means to have compassion, mercy. Oh God, it means to have tender, loving care for another. God establishes that in order for us to be effective on the earth, there has to be this compassion and mercy for others that will transcend color, creed, background, economic status. Just like the Samaritan, he saw a guy that in all intents and purposes probably could have hated him, but he removed himself from where he was and went and assisted this guy. But he didn't just assist him. He didn't just give him a handout and say, "Oh, here's some money." If you just give somebody some money and tell them to be on their way, you haven't done anything. But he got him up, took him to an inn, cared for him. That's what that kindness that God is talking about does for you. When we begin to do that, we'll put people back into communities so they can operate the way God created them to operate. We put them back in a place where the value God gave to them operates through them. When they operate like they should, we can operate like we should. When they do what God has gifted them to do, then their gift supplies to us. We supply to them, and we become helpers one to another. If we begin to do acts of justice, we can right any injustice, any wrong, any depravity that is on the face of the earth. The only thing wrong with man is we won't be compassionate and merciful enough to one another that we can see God's justice established in the earth. If we will do that, the world will change.
This is why you must get this book. It changed the way I think. It really did. And I think it doesn't matter about generations. I'm a millennial, and sometimes we can be so self-serving, but this has challenged me to look for opportunities.
Yes, ma'am.
To be a justice enforcer. And so where can we find this book? Where can we find you and your movement?
Well, this movement has got a lot of justice partners now, and we're building a team of people who have a heart for justice and have it in a pure, genuine way. We have a website called thewayofjustice.com, wayofjustice.com. You can go there. We're going to have some other things coming out, some other products, and maybe even some podcasts, a lot more to come. This is just the first of many.
Awesome. Well, thank you so much for joining us, and be sure to check out thewayofjustice.com, and I'm pretty sure all of your social media links are on there as well.
Yes, ma'am.
Thanks for tuning in. Go get the book.
Come on, folks, go get it.